Glossary. Unidentified flying object. Shop. 25th century. 25th century will begin on 2401 and end on 2500. A century is a period of 100 years. 20th century. 20th century began on 1901 and ended on 2000. Wondering. Where do we live? We live on Earth. We all have seen many movies that show us of alien attack on Earth. In a Bollywood movie Koi Mil Gaya, there was an alien which landed on Earth through spaceship. Another action movie from Hollywood, Men in Black. In this movie, MIB was a secret agency that policed the aliens. It was a dramatic and action film. Did you see that movie? Look at this picture. So these are the movies which are entertaining and exciting to watch. Everyone is interested to watch these kind of movies. But do you think that there is life on the other planets? Do you think aliens really exist? This story is from the future, 25th century. 25th century will begin on 1st January 2401 and end on 31st December 2500. Long back, 20th century began on 1st January 1901 and ended on 31st December 2000. In this story, a historian is talking about the past. She is very excited about the 20th century. The 20th century was called the century of books because in this century, many books were written. These books helped in spreading the awareness and increased education in people. It helped people to make their life advanced and better. These books helped people to become educated not only in India but across the globe. People developed in their lives by reading these books. So this story is about a book that saved the earth. Mars is the 4th planet from the Sun. In this planet, there lived aliens. They had huge egg-shaped head. The leader of Martians was seated on a raised box. His advisor name was Noodle. He would always act as per the order of his leader. But he was very intelligent. Their leader was Think Tank, and there were many other aliens lived in that planet. The leader of Martians, Think Tank, said, "I am the ruler of all the planets. And so, I want to invade and capture the earth as well." He was wondering how to do this. Then he commanded the space people to travel to Earth. They traveled in 2 spaceships. In one spaceship, there were Martians. And the leader and advisor of Martians traveled in other spaceship. Soon, their spaceships landed on Earth. After landing, the Martians did not have any clue that where they have landed. They actually landed in a public library. There was a stack of books in the library. They were very confused and did not understand what that place was. The leader Think Tank and Noodle was also there. Think Tank looked at the book closely and said, "Oh yes, I know what is this." Since earth creatures are always eating, the place in which you find yourself is undoubtedly a crude refreshment stand. That item in your hand is called a sandwich. He said, "To confirm my opinion, I order you to eat." One of the Martians took a book, and when he bit the book, he choked because it was dry paper. Think Tank said, "What are you doing?" The Martian did not answer. Then one of them said, "Sir, I know what is this." Earthlings used them as some sort of communication device. Think Tank said, "Oh really? I order you to listen them." All of them tried to listen to it, but they did not hear anything. Think Tank was eagerly waiting to get the answer. Then Noodle said, "Excuse me, sir, the Earthlings did not listen to the sandwiches. They opened them and washed them." Think Tank said, "Okay, then tell me what you observed." When they opened the book, they saw something strange. The language of Martians and the Earthlings was different. That is why they did not have any clue what was that. Think Tank said, "Space people, our chemical department has given you vitamins to increase your intelligence. Take them immediately and then watch the sandwich. The meaning of the code will slowly unfold before you." Everyone swallowed the vitamin. And when they opened the book, they were in shock. Think Tank said, "What does it say? Tell me this instant." The Martian immediately showed him. They opened a book of nursery rhymes and misunderstood the rhymes to be coded information made by Earthlings. They thought that Earth people are very smart and they train their animals in music. They have advanced technology and are very brilliant. Watching this, the Martians were stunned. The Martian leader, Think Tank, thought that the Earthlings are foolish and he can easily capture the Earth. But after knowing that people of Earth are very smart and powerful, all the Martians were bewildered. They were shocked to see the last poem of that book. Think Tank said, "Show me what is that." It was the poem Humpty Dumpty. Take a look in this picture. The Martians looked at the picture of Humpty Dumpty, which was in the shape of an egg, and it was also very similar to the face of Think Tank, the Martian leader. He believed that the Earthlings are planning to attack them and he will fail as a leader. He ordered everyone to leave immediately and return to Mars. They quickly left the Earth and returned to Mars. 500 years later, in the 25th century, the Martian leader, great and mighty Think Tank, had been replaced by a very clever Martian, the wise and wonderful Noodle. And after all this happened, Earthlings contacted Martians and extended a hand of friendship with the Martians. We Earthlings established a model library in their capital city of Marsopolis to develop a love for reading in the Martians. But as you might expect, there was still one book that the Martians could never bring themselves to read. And that book was Mother Goose. It was the book in which they read the poem Humpty Dumpty and believed that the Earthlings are planning to kill them. That is why they never read the book that saved the Earth. Now, I'll give some questions to you students to discuss in class. If you have any doubts, then you can ask your teacher. Question 1. Why did Martians plan to travel to Earth? Question 2. How many planets are there in the solar system?